Gotta grab a drink of water. Oh no, what's happened here? Please verify your game files. Damn it. It may still work. I've just switched across from the sort of like the preview build that I've had through to the open beta, which may be what's causing that little problem. Maybe I should just quickly verify. It doesn't take too long. Anyway, I just was sort of rushing to try to get some content out there about the Scorpion update, but also the Rise to Ruin DLC as well. But I'm sort of, I don't know what it is, but I'm actually, when I've been testing the new changes, I've been actually going back and playing old. I haven't been playing so much of the new content, like as in the DLC. I don't know if we've got DLC fatigue or anything like that, because I love the game, I absolutely love the game, but I just haven't really tried any of the sort of Nomad forces. But we'll have a look at that anyway today. But I don't think I'll play as them. I think I'll actually just go back and play one of the stock standards and just sort of play it that way. This is not wanting to play. Hang on, I'll just let it go up a little bit longer. But the Scorpion update brings a lot of changes, so I'm going to be mainly focusing on that with this video, I think, and then just playing something vanilla. Just go back and playing like the elves or the dwarves or something like that. Maybe the elves. I haven't played the elves for a long period of time, and I've been playing them a little bit just over the last few days, really. Just when I've been sort of when I'm supposed to be checking out the new DLC, I've been actually just more. Oh Jesus, what's happening here? I better go and change things, I think. I better verify the files. Something's not quite happening. Just let me, I should have tested before I started. I'm sorry about this, guys. I will end the task and we'll just verify those. And while it's verifying, we can then at least have a bit of a look and see what's where. So just go to Steam. Yeah, I'm sort of, I wake up a bit late and I don't have a hell of a lot of time to stream, so I wanted to get like a few hours of streaming in on it, but I'm not going to have that much time. I still have a fair bit of time, but not all that long. So I'm just going to go into library, just go to Age of Wonders, not Planetfall, this one here. I selected the open beta, which is what I wanted to do. Manage, should be properties, I think. Install files. Verify integrity of game files. Alright, so that's just going to go and verify those, just make sure that they're all sort of working. There was definitely something not quite right. It's a big install, so there is a bit for it to do. It's verifying, it's doing it pretty fast actually. I do it on an SSD drive now, so it makes it a lot faster than when it isn't. But what is the this new DLC? So while it's doing that, let's have a quick look and see what it says. So if I go to the actual Age of Wonders store page, and then just go to the news, I'll start with the... actually, this is also special at the moment. There's 50% off with the turn-based Thursday festival, which I sort of was... I streamed something yesterday for that, but this could very well be the same sort of deal. Another turn-based Thursday Fest. We didn't actually get the list yesterday either. I couldn't get hold of that at the time. Maybe that's because it was the wrong, because it started a day after. Because it's for me it's the 10th, but I know for you, most of you guys are still the 9th, so it's probably only just started. Anyway, if that's the case, then that's the case. So down through here we have the Scorpion update. Let's have a bit of a look. So this is, and I'll just skim past the list just while it's still validating. But this is the, where have we got? So it's out now basically, so it's only just come out. Check all the details from Rise of Ruin, Culture Pack and Scorpion updates. There is a trailer there, of course. Hair folk, really uninterested in those, to be honest. Really, really uninterested. So the having more anamorphic sort of factions is for me is a real yawn. So I'm probably not ever going to play as them, I don't think. Anyway, they have brought them in. I think they had to bring something in. Even when they were sort of showing it, they were sort of showing that most of the new content, really with like the nomads, is more human based than anything anyway. So, but you can play as anything else. So they brought the hair folk in. Yeah, yawn. I'm not really into that, to be honest. So new culture nomads. This is actually a completely new one. I didn't play it much, and I think it is. I've just got DLC fatigue with the game, and I'm finding that I'm playing all these sort of unusual plays all the time, which I'm enjoying. But there's always something new, and it's and when I went back and started just playing as the elves, I just thoroughly loved it again. You know, like I mean, I love it anyway, but it really just made me think, God, this is such a great game. So I think I'm just going to play like one of the stock standards. So mainly playing the Scorpion update more so than the Rise to Ruin. So I won't play as the Nomads. These are a little bit different. I did try them for a little bit, but I didn't really sort of play much of it, to be honest. And again, I think it was just too much to learn. You know, like there was just too many new things. But it does allow you to then sort of resettle your cities, new tomes. The tomes are good. So to conquest the frontier, you must select the desolation, not an obstacle, but as a crucible. True mastery of the harsh environment lies beyond the survival, blah, blah, blah. There's also new fated regions, which is interesting. The echoes of fracturing and crisis. Now, this is interesting. This is really, really interesting, where there's sort of like an anti-magic now that's actually come in with this particular DLC. I'm sure it's the DLC that's got it, because it's the fracturing that actually does bring it in. And this is really, really interesting, actually. So even if you don't play the other bits and pieces, the fracturing is quite a different way of actually looking at the game. Where you've got these sort of like these astral barons and sort of like oops, hang on, I've got to sneeze. Excuse me. I've had sort of like flu-y symptoms for the last few days, which has not been fun. Feeling a lot better today. New world map content, so barren regions and ruined wonders. So barren regions are a new group of handcrafted regions which make use of new astral barons terrain. So this is like the astral barons in through here. Even more content, so achievements, blah blah blah, down through that side. The Scorpion update. This got some big game change stuff in it, and it takes a little bit to get used to it. So move speed normalization. So all of the regular units now share the same number of move points on the world map. This ensures that mixing slower and faster units in a single army no longer reduces overall travel speed, allowing for higher army diversity and strategy. This is a really good move, but it's a move that takes a lot to get used to, because all of your forces, whether they're cavalry or or lumbering artillery, all move it on the map at the same rate. So there's no sort of zipping ahead with a small group of cavalry to sort of be able to get ahead of something. You've now got to you've got to now just move with your whole army, which is actually, it's a really good way of doing things. Which is they've made some incredible choices here with the Scorpion update. It's sort of funny, like there's just things like that you don't think about, but that really change with what's actually going on. So that's actually that's a big one. Now, if you've got flying units or units that can actually make better use of terrain, they can move ahead of the others. So in that case, like flying units can be still very valuable. Defense and resistance. So we're updating how defense and resistance works across all units to bring them back in line with the original design intent. The new system changes how damage reduction is applied, focusing on the source of damage rather than the type of damage dealt. What this does is it now combines. So if you've got, for example, shield units, and I think we'll actually play with shield units, so we'll actually make it a shield unit playthrough just so we can see this. What it does is it now adds like it sort of spreads out more across defense and resistance. So defense and resistance sort of work a bit more hand in hand, which means that when you start to get magical damage coming through, when you are using defense, you are actually bolstering your resistance as well, which wasn't the case. And this is, again, a really good change. Experience. All units now gain XP automatically each turn, even when not fighting. This means your armies will continue to improve simply by existing and participating in your empire. XP gain from battles has been halved, which means units units still get rewarded for combat, but fighting is no longer the only reliable way to level up. Again, a nice change. I used to rely very heavily on my heroes and my leaders to do the out of turn or the out of battle leveling, which means that we possibly won't have to rely on that anywhere near as much. Which means because that was always my first go-to, was getting the XP updates. It still possibly will be extremely useful just to get the level ups, particularly if the XP from battles is halved. So that's actually another interesting one. So we're not going to sort of see the new aspects all that quickly. So these updates here are all base game. These are all going to be like vanilla Age of Wonders 4. This is what's coming in, or what has now come in. Color picker. This is interesting. Actually, it's a feature puts the colours of the rainbow at your fingertips. This means that you can actually have any colour, which I think is really it's actually really cool. I liked it, and I didn't even think much about it, but it just allowed me to really get nuance in any of the colours in the game. It's not even showing it there. That's not even showing it. Hang on, this is the colour picker there. Yeah, so you can actually go to any colour and pick exactly what you want, rather than just going to the swatches. So you've still got the swatches, but you also have custom color, and it's got like this HSV selector back into here, which is I think the best way of actually choosing color in any situation, to be honest, whether it be professionally or in a game, rather than the RGB sliders, which most games just use the RGB sliders. They've still got them there. I think there's a hex number at the bottom there as well, if you want to be very, very specific. But the HSV, which is this top panel in the top here, is just the easiest way to choose very, very specific colours that you may actually want. Quality of life, so each major update, just blah 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 blah. What have we got? Transferring, capturing provinces, and new improved user flow. Now using the province pins, it will be easier to see which provinces are available and who owns them. I haven't seen that, to be honest. I haven't noticed it. The new item forge has been updated to allow defense mode infusions on shields alongside the. Okay, so that should have been there anyway, I would have thought. You can now forge the defense mode protective wall or defensive mode stone wall. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to have a look at that. I'm not sure. I haven't played with those, to be honest. We've done a pass to adjust some of the inconsistencies between the various cultures. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So applied to magic units. Okay. Anyway, that's what we have. That's what we're going to be playing as. We're not going to be playing as the hares. So sorry, guys. They're not even going to be featuring in our playthrough. And I'm probably not. I don't think I'll bother playing as the nomads, because it's just. I think we'll just play vanilla and look at the new stuff. I'll still add some of the things in there, but we'll just play predominantly vanilla. So let's that should now have updated. So let's now go and reduce that one. 4 files failed to validate will be reacquired. Good. Okay, that's done. So there was some little issues there. Let's go and reload. Nomads don't really appeal to me either, says Volanus. Yeah, it's not that they don't appeal, it's just that I think, like when I was getting up to play it, I was thinking, I've been playing, because I haven't been playing as them, I've been playing as just as the elves for the last week. I started playing as the nomads and then just went back to playing elves because I don't know why, and loving it, absolutely loving it. So I've been just playing as them, and I've been testing it, which means I haven't been testing so much of the nomad stuff. And the nomad stuff was like I didn't really get deep into it, to be honest. So I then thought that today maybe I do have a bit of DLC fatigue, because every time I play it, I'm playing something new and different, and rather than just playing something that I love. So I'm going to go back to play something I love. And my favourite faction in Age of Wonders 3 was the elves, and it's my favourite faction. I don't know what I would consider my favourite faction so much in this game is, because I actually have to be the Archons. I think I really do love them. Love the Archons. Just let it load in. It's going to take a little bit. Just it's the first time through. Hi, Sapior. Evalanus had said, yeah, nomads don't really appeal. Cygnus saying hi, and Nightier saying a new update. What a joy. Rangatings before saying Distant World's anniversary is the 25th of March, right? Well, I'm actually I'm trying to figure out when when that actually is. I know in Wikipedia it says the 25th of March, because I looked it up to sort of see when it actually was. But I think it's actually, like I've been told it's this week. And there's a lot of content coming out this week. So I think that I'm waiting on some. I've got to do a special stream for the birthday, for the anniversary. And so with that one, and the talk has been of, like, for me, like in about maybe sort of like 13 or 14 hours from now to actually do that stream. And so it's sort of not my usual streaming time, but that may be when it actually is, and I don't know why that would be the case. Yes, I've been playing as the elves, as you can see through here. But yeah, there will be, so I'll be streaming outside of my normal time if that's the case. Otherwise, I'll be trying to sort of madly sort of shuffle things around a little bit to, because I've got Distant Worlds 2 streams like in the next 3 days, essentially, at this around this time, on the Slytherin channel. So I'll be doing sort of special stuff on their channel. But I just wanted to also then do, like, they've given me giveaways and all sorts of stuff. So they want me to make a bit of a party of when I actually do stream the Distant Worlds 2 update. But that's maybe in about it may be in 14 hours or so. If maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Hi, Vortex, and in original intent is saying, and off-top subject, I know you're a Dwarf Fortress demigod. Have you looked at Songs of Six? If so, what are your thoughts? I haven't played enough of it, to be honest. People always say, "Oh, you've got to have a look at it," but I just haven't really spent time with it, to be honest. So I respect what people have told me about it, but I just haven't got to it. And I've got it, but I just haven't got to it. I've had it for years, actually. But yeah, it's just been on my to-do list to give it a good shot at some point in time. I've got too many games. That's the trouble. I just get too many, so I've got to sort of pick and choose which ones I'm really going to focus on. Anyway, we're going to go to a new game. Now, actually, before we go to a new game, the Pantheon. Changes in the Pantheon. So let's go to the rewards in the Pantheon. So no real changes that I can sort of see through here, I don't think. Go to his crown. Yeah, these are all Dragon Dawn. Yeah, no, these over through here aren't the new stuff. Go to page 2. And I have 9. This is actually funny. I'll show you something funny. I've got 9 Pantheon rewards, and what there is there's now new things down this way. So we've got the molecule banner icon. We've got the winds banner icon, which is new to the game itself. So down through here we actually have hunters' capes. We've got man catcher staffs. Subdue item, active ability item, infusion. So these are different infusion items for the item builder. And so there's a lot of these different things, but there's like a spiral. It's hard to see it here, but there's a spiral that goes all the way around. And the only other real thing that changes the game, like for example, Apex Predators is an unlock. These are inspiring presence. That's an infusion. What's this one through here? Garlic. Yeah, so I always try to get these sorts of things where we can actually then have something that actually then applies to the game itself. And if I go and start to do this one down through here, I've got a transformation aesthetics. So unlock transformation aesthetics to choose your faction. Now this one I probably won't play as this because this is really, really wild. But they believe magic should not interfere with their natural development, so they shun the use of it on themselves and look for more material ways to improve themselves. So units of your race start with the transformation aesthetics applied, which cannot be disabled. And so what they end up getting is that's exactly the same as that, I think. Oh, here we go. Units of this race cannot have any non-cultural unit enchantments. Units of this race cannot have race transformations. So non-hero units of this race gain +5 maximum hit points and deal +1 damage, double for non-repeating with their attacks per rank. It may be fun. Actually, that may be fun. So hero units of this race gain +5 maximum hit points and deal +1 damage, double for non-repeating with their attacks per signature skill that they have. So we end up. I don't know whether to play that or not. It completely changes the way that you sort of tend to approach the game. So, for example, whether you want to play as Draconians or whatever else it might be, it's going to stop that, which means that you are essentially not chasing those upgrades, which means that you're chasing other things. So to get that though, I've got 9 points here. So I've got 9 Pantheon points. So I don't know if it'll tell me how many points I've actually got. If I just go back, I wanted to actually. I know exactly how many points I've got. And I know that I need 10 to get this one. So if I just go and click on these, so I'm going through my rewards here, picking up a lot of stuff I don't need. 3 left, 2 left, 1 left. We can't quite get to that one there. So it cost me 1 more to get to that one there. But, and actually that's interesting. It's actually, they've done it in a scorpion tail look. That's interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, let's go back and go back to the game. So it's just funny because I'm literally 10 points off. So I'm just going to go and continue my current game, which I've hardly done any on. So I'm just going to surrender, and I'm 10 points off this one. So if I just go, so you can see I've hardly done anything. And that should be enough to I think I've leveled up once, which I think is all I need to do to get the 10 points. So I'm going to press escape and surrender. Never ever delete your save file until you've actually surrendered if you are not going to finish the game. Surrender, what surrender does is it gives you the points in the Pantheon. So you're about to surrender. Yes, we are. Are you sure? Yes. And off we go. You've been defeated. From turn 8, show the journey. So nothing much. And that's all. I'll just click on done. So I hope it's enough to get the 10 points. Here we go. Yep. So we got 35 points, which just got me just over the limits there. So so we just got a slight number where we just got ahead a little bit. So improved Free City Allegiance, that was 15 points, and 2 levels. There we go. So that was every level is worth 10 points. So anyway, that's enough. We just click on done. At that point, if you go to load game, I then basically delete these sessions at that point. So just once you've got defeat listed there, then it's sort of safe to get rid of them because you've already got your points back out from them. But don't just delete them before you sort of do anything else. Now if we go back into my Pantheon and go back into rewards, I now have the 1 extra one in here. I can now go and grab that if we do want to play it as that one through there. All right, let's just rip into just setting up, like I think I will just set up an elf faction and we'll just go from there. So we'll escape out of that one, new game. Now the realms, there's new things in the realms, and I will actually play with some of the new stuff. So if we just go to create realm, I won't spend too much time with this, but I'll just customize the realm. And so with the realm itself, we've got continents. It's a normal realm trait. This realm is dominated by several large contested land masses. I don't mind that, to be honest. I think we'll just go with the vanilla there. This is the climate traits. So you'll see there that anything that's come through with the DLC will actually have this little symbol. If there's anything that comes through in this from the Pantheon, it'll have like a little Pantheon sort of symbol there as well. But we could, I don't think we'll play as with any of these on. If I leave it with nothing, I get a bit of everything. Whereas if I start to sort of choose stuff, I then diminish other things. Like, for example, the desert realm is going to make Arctic highlands, temperate and desolate provinces are absent if we play as in the deserts. And if we're playing that way, then I'd be wanting to have a faction that works in the desert, which means the other factions are going to be at a disadvantage. So I'm not going to worry about those. Let's just leave them where they are. The blessed fields are a nice one, actually. I mean, ashlands are absent. Sand, snow and ice are rare, but no, let's just leave it with nothing in through that side. The inhabitants trait, again, this is one that will then really push everything in a certain direction, which again is not great. We do actually have fractured infestations, so the realm has various fractures from which mana-starved creatures emerge. So fractured infestations are common. These infestations spread astral barrens. I like the idea of that. This is quite it says it's a normal realm trait, but it does make the game a little bit more difficult. And so I think we'll play with this one. This is from the Rise of Ruins, from the new DLC, which is actually fairly cool. For more points, you can build item tier 3 gives you a lot. Oh, okay. build a tier 3 item. Okay, I didn't realise that. Thank you, Sapior. That's a nice little tip. Morbid is saying, hey Daz, the new tomes are cool and realms. Yes, there are some really interesting things actually, but we'll go with fractured infestations. This is big. This is going to change things a lot. Now, this is going to mean that we're not going to get the stock standard stuff as well. So, but this will then show, I think, a lot of new stuff in the game. Then we actually have the presence traits. Now, we do actually have a few here. These are all from the Pantheon, basically, that you can sort of see down through here. Oh, we don't have any there. It's not there. It's not part of that group. So I won't put any of these in through here. Then we actually have miscellaneous traits. So down, as we sort of come back down through, there's two that come in with the new DLC, which make the game. I love that they've actually now split things up because there's so many of them. Like victory conditions, so we've got like world seals if we wanted to play it that way. We've got layer modifiers in through this side as well. So we've got like blocked underground, for example, if we don't want to play with a with an underground, or we can have the opposite, which is essentially like a labyrinth of tunnels and small caverns filled with treasure, but not as suitable for settling. Interesting. So these are all. I don't know when these came in, to be honest, but I like the idea of these. They sort of do change things. We may come back and add one of those in, just so we sort of play on top. In fact, I'll put explorative underground because I don't think I've ever played with that. So then that stops a few of the other things in through there as well. I don't know, what's this one? No excavation needed in this realm. The underground will have no diggable earth. Yeah, I don't know. Untouched. So yeah, we won't do that one. What I normally do is I play with random selections through here, but again, you end up with something that could be a little bit too weird and wonderful. This is barren and fractured. So this realm bears the scars of magical calamity. So handcrafted regions containing sand and astral barrens are common. Ruined ancient wonders such as the withered tree are more common. So mutually exclusive with crystalline abundance. So this one sort of will make it more difficult with magic. So maybe we don't play as with a magic faction. We'll have a bit of a think of that one. If we go with barren and fractured there, let's just put that one in there. There's other ones as well. This one here, ruined nodes. So the node's natural resources are partially depleted. Around half of the resource nodes present at the start are ruined, so mutually exclusive with crystalline abundance. So ruined means they've been depleted by over-harvesting or other means. Ruined nodes no longer provide any income or bonuses. Ruined nodes can be restored as long as you have claimed them. Restoring them costs mana, but its cost is decreased each turn until a maximum cost is reached. When restored, this is new. Actually, I've never played with this, to be honest. Each turn until a maximum when restored, ruined nodes are replaced by their intact versions, which provide their income and bonuses again. Let's pop that one in. Let's play as a non-magical faction in that case. So we're just putting a few of these rise to ruin stuff in through here. Now this one's happening. It's the echoes of the fracturing. So this is, actually, what's that one rated there? That one is rated, and that's normal as well. Echoes are fracturing, this one here. So long ago, this realm was home to some of the experiments of the Unmakers. These are sort of the anti-magic mages, or sort of demigods, I guess. There are faded regions present on the map, which offer quest chains exploring the present and past of the fracturing. I don't think I'll bother with that one. So gain artifacts when completing faded regions. Yeah, let's not worry about doing quests. I'm not really into quests in games. City states, we've got free city. These are the free city modifiers. Got some good stuff in here. God, it's such a great game. There's just so much good stuff. Rule modifiers. God, there's so much. Time lock tomes. This is something that's interesting. Or unbound tomes. This affinity blur and bend on this realm, allowing access to tomes otherwise restricted. And you've got time-locked tones as well, where this realm has a strange connection with the tides of the astral sea. High tides of inspiration follow ebbs where none can be found. Tomes of magic are discovered only when the tides of the astral sea will it. Tomes are not discovered as research skills are unlocked. Tomes are unlocked simultaneous for all rulers at set intervals. I don't know whether we play that, maybe? Why not? It's just new stuff. It's good. Unit modifiers. These can change the game too much for me, so I prefer not to play with these. So you can see they're complex. Are they all complex? That's normal. Dissonant enchantments. Yeah, this. I don't think I'll worry about any of those traits there. Anyway, that's what we'll play with in the world. Right, so that's done. Relative map size medium. Players 5. Difficulty I'll play on hard. Hard is sort of a funny one because what happens when you play on hard mode is that you end up with the where you are really struggling at the start of the game for a long period of time, and it makes it so that you've got to play very defensively, which I'm sort of okay with. Just call this one Ruined Realm. So you just change the name in there. I think I'll put it on hard. The other way around that is to make teams have a teams game, but let's actually play it on hard. I prefer playing it on that for the long game, but not for a short game. Okay, then we've got portal visuals. Well, we're looking for more of a ruined sort of world type thing, so I'll just have a quick look at that looks ruiny. That'll do. The restore defaults, advanced settings. So advanced settings are important. If you are wanting to sort of play with a lot of nuance in the game, then I strongly suggest that you have a look at this one. So the realm setup is what we've just done through there. The realm factions. Now this is where we can actually then go and choose our own. We will actually get to choose our own anyway, but these are just going to be random rulers that they then sort of bring back in. The realm content. This is where it starts to get interesting. The world threat will be on normal. Marauder combat AI will be challenging, which is sort of like the you've got challenging plus as well. So they end up getting extra damage. I'm going to not do that one. I'm just going to do challenging. Otherwise, the game feels a little bit too much RNG sort of against you. I hate the happenings. Absolutely hate them. So I'm going to disable them. These are sort of like random stuff that comes in every so often that then affects all the players. So you got the rule filtering, rule origin filtering. So select the ruler options for players. Now we can have custom rulers ourselves, but what we can do is we can do that no matter what we choose in through here. But we've got things like the library rulers. So these are allowed to pick from the library. If we've got the Pantheon rulers, and we also have the generated rulers. So empty slots are allowed to procedurally generate new rulers in through there. Custom rulers are ones that we can then go and pick as well. But if we put on the library rulers, that way we just get the rulers from. I'm just going to keep it on everything. It won't matter. That'll be okay. Champion will be, now this is something where I'm going to change. I've got Champion and Wizard Kings are frequent, so it's going to be sort of like when things are selected, they'll be mainly what they choose from. The Dragon Lords, I'm finding that the dragons and all the giants and things are a little bit too common, so I'm going to change them to rare. I'm going to change the Eldritch Sovereigns to rare. I'm tempted to turn them off, because unless you actually have the Eldritch domains, it's sort of a bit of a disadvantage for them. But I'll leave that one there, and I'll just leave everything else where they actually are for the various rulers, except for the Champions and Wizard Kings, to keep them on through there. Culture filtering. This is now we've got the new Rise to Ruins. So this is the actual nomads in through there. I'll leave them back on. So I'll leave all of the cultures in. In terms of form filtering, most of the anamorphic ones I'm just going to get rid of. So rabbits, you're gone. Monkeys, you're gone. Even these sort of weird eastern ogres are gone. Ants are gone. Goats I don't mind for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I like the goats. I also don't mind the wolf type in through there. Even the bird type I don't mind. I'll leave the draconians on. Leave the orcs. Then we've got the stock standards through here. I'll turn the tigrans off, and we'll leave the rattlings, but get rid of the toads and the moles, which I really don't like. So we're getting rid of a lot of different form filtering in through here. So we're not going to sort of find many of these on the map. Well, they're not going to. They could still appear, but through specific leaders that come through, for example. So that's the realm content, the game flow. I'm just going to keep that on my defaults. So that will just all sort of stay there. And combat, I'm just going to keep that on the defaults as well. So that's done. We'll just confirm that one. Would you like to save this custom realm? Yes.
Your journey starts.
Now, choosing our faction. Let's go and create a new faction. So we can choose from anything, including the new wonderful hair folk. Not. So yeah, Toads and Moles, but you could do a Wind in the Willows theme games. You could indeed. Look, it's up to whatever you want to be playing it as. I'm tempted to play as elves, except that they're more magical in their approach, so it'd be a bit difficult with the fractured realm that we have. Orcs would be a good choice for us, just brute strength. Dwarves would be a good choice for us. Not halflings. I don't hate them in this game, but we won't play as them. You know, I think it's out of these two. Does anyone have any preference? I haven't played as orcs for a while, actually. I'll play as the orcs. So we'll do this one, and we'll play a bit nasty. So so Vortex, I haven't played this game in a while. Always wanted a desert type faction. Well, they definitely have that now. They're really pushing it. So how's the DLC factory progressing? It looks good. Yeah, every DLC is good. They're all worth getting. Some are better than others, yeah. So but I am a bit fatigued with the new factions, to be honest, and the new styles of playing all the time. So we'll modify the traits. We'll have a look at that. There's some new ones in there as well. So there's a new one at the bottom called Unstable Astral Flow. Oh, okay. I missed that one. That's all right. We won't worry about it. If we have to restart, I'll have another quick look. So Big Bad Russian saying halflings? No. We'll play as the orcs. So we can actually change the traits. They've changed this recently, where you've got some flaws now that you can bring in if you do want to get an extra one. So careless just means you've got less defense and resistance. I don't think any of these are worth getting, to be honest. So it's really not worth grabbing any of these. These are the health regeneration in the world map is reduced by 50%. That's a lot. That's a hell of a lot to be sitting around. So I don't want to bring any flaws in. For what we end up having, you can see there that we've got adaptations where we can actually go and select an actual adaptation depending on what we want, which we don't want to do that in this case. If we were playing on one of the desert worlds, we would play desert adaptation, because that will then just make it easier for us to play in the deserts. Offense, so we do actually have ferocious and strong. Now I don't know if anything else is really going to be better than those, to be honest. Hideous stench, pack tactics, overwhelm tactics. So strong gives us physical and range, so melee and physical range attacks deal +2 physical damage. Single shot melee and deal 4. It just means we have more hitting power. Ferocious deals 40% damage versus retaliation attacks and opportunity attacks. Maybe that one we could get rid of. Let's get rid of that one. The overwhelm tactics, I think, looks good as well. That sort of makes us almost like go for swarm tactics. For defense, we've got Hardy, which is actually going to give us +10 hit points. Excuse me. In a fire. Resilient. Units are less likely to be affected by negative status effects, and shrug them off faster. Tough. So units take less damage from weapon attacks. That would be suitable as well. That would actually be probably a good one in place of ferocious. It sort of works. Defensive tactics. I think that tough, just giving us extra sort of there's a little bit of extra defense there would be good. We also have mounts that we can then go and do. These have been re-looked at as well. So we actually have like certain animals that we can then sort of bring back in, like, you know, fractured eagle mounts, for example, is from the Pantheon. So these are worth 3 points. So the flying units, because they do give you that movement bonus, are all going to be worth 1 more point. These are not as powerful anymore because of the movement on the world map has been nerfed down. So these are actually a little bit cheaper, but it does mean in combat you then end up sort of being able to ride around with some of your units. Let's not worry about those, so we won't worry about the mounts. Utility, adaptable, cheerful. None of those really sort of work well with the with what we have. I think tough is the one. Let's just go that way. So we'll just make that what our orcs are going to be. So we'll confirm those and select the orcs.
What is their origin?
Now, in terms of the culture, I've actually been having a lot of fun just with high culture again. But this one is not something that we probably need to do in terms of the orcs. So with the orcs, we'll end up sort of changing what they look like. Barbarian's always a good one for them. Just, sort of choosing this sort of group for the actual orcs themselves. This one's a little bit of extra, like this chaos and nature. Primal possibly would work as well, but maybe not. Maybe it's a bit too sort of, I don't know. I think I'll steer clear of that one. Dark and Mystic. Dark is, both of those aren't going to really work for us, I don't think. Dark, we do end up with sort of like a bit more of a high level of orc, whereas I think if we're just going to go purely with orcs themselves, I do like the idea of just Barbarian, I think. Maybe Feudal. Saying, hey Daz, did you hear the rumours that they're going to be supporting and releasing DLC and updates for 10 years? How do you feel about that? That sounds like a Paradox DLC fest is happening. I hope that they reduce the time between them, to be honest. Like a DLC every 6 months would be good, rather than every 3 months. Yeah, I don't know. Like they've all been good, but it's probably a little bit too many. And I think, yeah, if it's going to be 10 years, I don't know. That's as I've said before, I'm already getting a bit of DLC fatigue with the game, to be honest. And I like the base changes they're making a lot. I like the DLCs a lot. That there's just too much too early. So yeah, I hope that they do actually reduce that a little bit. All right, let's continue on. New DLC run, sort of. Mainly a new Scorpion update run. I think Barbarian, this is why I don't really want to be playing as the Nomads. This is the new Nomads things where you've either got Scavengers or Conquerors back into here. But the whole idea with the Nomads is that they end up being able to move their cities around. So I don't think I'll bother with that. Again, it's just, I've just wanting to just play something that just plays like the old Age of Wonders 4 used to. I think this sort of works for me. I think Barbarian for orcs. I have Oath Sworn as well, but that's going to be not really going to sort of work, I don't think. Feudal is a possibility. We've got aristocracy or monarchy with different sort of styles in through there. It's probably a little bit too civilized for the orcs. Let's go Barbarian. Let's just go and select that one. Now we get to choose the different traits. So some of these have come through from the Pantheon. Anything with this little wreath symbol have come through Pantheon unlocks. Now we've got certain things like Chosen Destroyers. I really do enjoy playing. There's this one. Warmongers and Destroyers, choosing violence over diplomacy anytime they can. Raising cities grants a permanent plus 40 gold. You cannot obtain new cities, and conquered cities can only be raised. So we basically only get one city. So suffer minus 300 relations all free cities. So and we end up being negative 10 alignment there in terms of the evil. So we go a bit more evil. So that's this one makes you. This one's a hard one to play because you do have to become very, very aggressive. So cannot obtain new cities, and conquering cities can only be raised. So it's getting the we can release vassals. So we cannot obtain new cities, and conquered cities can only be raised. Yeah, that's really the it's a very difficult one. Merciless slavers, so they are merciless to them. Yeah, so routing units if captured on your side of are captured if your side is victorious in combat. So again, we end up with the starting bonus of war slaves. I don't think I'll worry about this one. Yeah, I don't think I'll worry about that one so much. Prolific swarmers, these ones here. Cities require minus 10 food for gaining a new population. Racial tier 1 units have plus 1 rank. Nice one, that one actually. Non-magical origin units require minus 20% basic unit upkeep. That's a good one because we're not going to have much mana in this game. I think we'll choose that anyway. Let's just go that way. That's going to help us. Ritual cannibals. Won't worry about that one. Ruthless raiders. So the nearest city owned gains plus 3 gold and plus 3 draft per unit of units killed after successful combat. Get 2 random hero items. Won't worry about any of those. Won't worry about it. It's apex predators. So this one here is they believe themselves to be the top of the food chain. To be weak is to be prey. So gain 50 food on successful pillaging of province. Gain 50 food. Yeah, so it's mainly about food. Vassals grant plus 10 food income per population. And starting units gain plus 1 rank. What if that means we get plus 2 ranks? I don't know, that's sort of one that interests me, to be honest. Talented collectors. I like these as well. These are fun because you end up trying to get the magical areas, but let's not worry about those ones. Perfectionist artisans, not worry about that one as well. Seals of Evil, no, I won't worry about those either. Okay, I think it's between Apex Predators and Chosen Destroyers. Do you have any choice there, guys? Is there anyone that you would prefer to be seeing? So Chosen Destroyers, we're only going to have one city basically, and we're going to need to go full destruction mode. We can still get vassals, so we can release vassals, and but we end up with a negative 300. Apex Predator says no tier. Okay, let's do that. So this is going to then give us growth. So I hope that we're not wasting the +1. Oh, hang on. We start with an extra tier 1. No, racial tier 1 units have +1 rank. And then this also gives us starting units gain +1 rank. Yep, starting bonus. Okay. So everyone should be going up a little bit. So let's go and select that. Done.
Choose your first tome of magic.
Now we've got... this is going to be one where we end up with the... Actually, we didn't choose that other one that came in. The one that we had to sort of... We could not actually go and get any other benefits. Where was that? Hang on, I'll just go back again.
What defines
If I just get rid of that for a second. Where was the transformation aesthetics? Do we want to try this one? Units of this race cannot have non-cultural unit enchantments. Units of this race cannot have any race transformations. Non-hero units of this race gain +5 maximum hit points and deal +1 damage. Doubled for each non-repeating. So that's... it makes them ultimately stronger, but at the expense of not having the special abilities. So that's another choice. We could either... like we did actually have the... Instead of Apex Predators, we could actually ditch that and go with the other one. So we ended up with... I think that the... where was it? Prolific Swarmers, I think, just works. But we could switch this one out, which is new anyway. This is sort of new. But this one here is new with the new one. So... Yeah, hate how Spawnkin gives more damage, says Big Bad Russian. Feels quite okay, but not utterly evil way. I'm down with switching it to switching Apex. Let's try it. Let's try the new one. I think I've done a run with Apex. I'm sort of interested in this one. It's going to give me... we're not going to get the bonus. It's probably the other one is better for the actual if we're min-maxing. But in this case... in this case, it's not really... it does give us order, which is sort of not really where we want to go. In fact, that's not where we want to go at all. No, we'll go back the other way. Sorry, I'm just thinking in terms of what we unlock with order. It's where we end up with, having like friendly relations with other vassals and stuff. That's almost the opposite of what we want to be doing here with... Actually, we didn't go Chosen Destroyers. Actually, we could still do that. No, we could still do that. Okay, we will do it. Sorry, I thought we went with Chosen Destroyers, but we didn't. We went with Prolific Swarmers. So we'll go with the Transformation Aesthetics. Let's go that way. That's the new one. Let's come through with a Pantheon Unlock. So we'll go and select that one. Tomes of Magic. The Tome of the Horde. I'm actually pretty happy with that one as a choice. I like that it does sort of choose things for you. We've got a few things around us. This one is new. Tome of the Warband. So this one here is this is from the Rise of Ruin. So the other one is just this one is just base, just default. Blaze of the Horde, Fury of the Horde. This one here, the Warband, we end up with the Lieutenant. So a fighter unit can empower others in battle through their own actions. Commander's Call, heal temporary hit points. bred for war. This is this is a minor race transformation, which we're not going to be able to use. So transform units become stronger. So when we sort of find these, I want to downplay those because we just can't use them. All heroes under your control gain, while army leader, the non-hero units with the least gain 40 experience per world map turn. All heroes under your control, gain the non-hero units with the least XP experience in the army. That's pretty big. Training regimen there. We've got pyromancy as well, which is going to then give me, again, these are fiery projectiles, which is a unit enchantment, which we can't make use of. So we can't make use of any of these. So these aren't really all that valuable to me. But this one here, like other than that one there, these are all pretty good. Going back to this one through here, we've got Fury of the Horde. It's a buff spell. Siege Project. Damage spell, which is good. Houndmaster, a range unit that summons a warhound to debilitate enemies. Spawnkin, what does that one give us? Makes the target race smaller. I don't like the idea of that, to be honest. I don't. Yeah, well, we can't do that anyway. It's a minor race transformation, so we can't actually do that. And we've got Summon Irregulars. Summon a random non-scout tier 1 unit that can be produced in a city on the target hex. That's not going to be all that valuable to us. So there's 4 there. There's 4 here as well. I'll go this one just because it's new. I think there's other ones that are from this one as well. Thrones of Blood. Just look for more of the Rise to Ruins. I think there's another. I might be tier 2, I think. That's always a good one, this one. This is always a good one. Tome of the Tentacle. This is one that I really do like to get. Pretty much no matter what I'm playing. But I think we'll start with the Warband. Alright, we'll play as a champion, so we won't bother going through all the list of different things in through there. So we'll just go and select the champion.
Reveal yourself.
Alright, so now we just change the overall look of who we are. So we end up, one thing I like to do is always change it back to the first pose. And I wish it was the default for the actual game itself, because it shows you what they're equipped with. Whereas the other poses don't. They get rid of their equipment. And whereas this one here does show you what you've selected at the top. And it's very easy to forget that you've actually got things selected. You can also then just change the lighting just to sort of see what it looks like as well. But in this case, wow, that's very hard to see up the top there. So we'll go with a male orc. That'll be fine. So we'll just keep him on the body type there. The physique, I'll just keep them all through the middle there. Actually, I'll make his legs slightly longer, so I'll keep all that exactly where that is through that side. The skin colour, now we're not sort of seeing this sort of like this pale skin, but this is actually now where we've got the colour, where we can go and edit specific colours to then come back into these different things. We'll go back to the swatches. I'm happy to just keep it in the swatches. We'll just make it, so we're only looking at really at this guy here. And again, if we just choose the lighting, we're hardly seeing anything because of what he's wearing. I'll just zoom back out again. So that's the skin colour. Skin decoration, actually that's probably why we're not seeing the skin colour as much. Yeah, so that was just the decoration. I actually prefer these off to a large degree. Maybe with some, just around the eyes and stuff. So I'll use that one there. The pose, again, what we need to do through here is actually to figure out what we want him to be. So we have a whole range of different stuff. So I'm thinking a warrior is fine, like it's thematic, so I'll actually go with a warrior unit. I could go with defender, but I think we'll go warrior just to, it does sort of work. Tyrant, sword and shield. Yeah, it does start with a mount, so we'll go that way. We'll keep that one where that is. Okay, let's just quickly go through the heads. So I've got that one there. Yeah, I'll get the tusks. Get that one there, I think. Head size in the middle there. Eye colour. Make him sort of have orange eyes, I think. hairstyle. Actually, we've got with the outfit that we've got, with the helmets that we've got. I'll just go and get rid of them for a minute, and we'll just have a bit of a look at what he looks like. Hairstyles. That'll do. Beard style. I think we'll just go with the big beard. Yeah, we'll go big beard. Hair color route, I'm happy enough with that as well. Hair tip route, if you go grey, yeah, that'll do. Outfit, so with the actual outfits as well, with the helmet, I think I will grab a helmet. I'll just grab one of those. That looks pretty good for an orc. We've got the outfit itself. So these are the orc outfits that we actually have. It's a bit too much. Actually, quite like the first one, to be honest. And then the cape, we just get rid of the things at the back there. It's a bit too much with what he has. I like this sort of shoulder pad type stuff. It's too much. There's a lot to choose from in here. I think that looks pretty good. That'll do us. Okay, so that's going to be our guy. For the cape, the armor color, I'll make it sort of like more metal, like sort of more rusty. Well, not rusty, but sort of more not gold, just iron. That'll do us. So that's him. Now for the race, actually for the colors, for this will then change a lot of the colors we see that he's wearing as well. So we can go again. We can choose these random, like these specific colors in through here as well. Let's choose that with. Let's go and choose one of these actually. Let's go and get a muted. So the more strong we can make it sort of exactly what we want up through that side, and then the actual symbol itself. So we'll go with chaos. I'll just have a look down through here until we sort of find something that sort of works. There we go. That'll do us. So that'll be fine. We could also go even with some of the other ones. Where have we got them? Actually, no, we don't actually have them. I thought nature. We'd probably end up with something that looks fairly good as well. It would be a bit orcish, but maybe not. Nope, let's just leave it there. All right, that'll do us. So that will be our... and you can see there his armor has changed to red a little bit in through there as well. For the race, just quickly have a look. So keep them all through the middle there. That's fine. Skin color, just choose that also in around here somewhere. Body shape, physique in the middle is fine. Army color, yep, that's okay. Hair color, just make that sort of also just grey. Mount types, so the mount that we actually have is these wargs, I think. Don't think there's much else that we really would be wanting to have. We do have the new scorpions, like scorpion mounts and stuff, but I'm not going to worry about those. We'll just go back to just playing with the wargs. That'll do. Select. So that's done.
Your journey.
So I'll just randomize this. So Warlord is fine. Gurtok I like. Hulking Warriors I like. Bloodguard is a good name for the city. I'll just get a different name. Borat Gurtok. Horik. Urk. Ockrid Grum Gurtok. That's a good name. There we are. Instructor is fine. So we'll just go onwards. We can sort of set him up for AI if we wanted to, just by clicking advanced settings, but let's not worry about it. In we go. He's got orangutans thing. Just as we get into the game, I predict I gotta go, guys. I can play for at least another hour. So we'll get a bit of time in. So Jerry's saying, I like Age of Wonders, but get bored playing campaign in map in the middle. Thoughts? The campaign I don't play. I just play these random maps. All right, so here we are in a fractured realm. So we're starting off in sort of like the tundra. New ruler emerges. Yep. So we've got the hulking warriors. Blah blah blah. Which we just had a look. We start off with Commander's Call, which is the healing buff spell, and Song of the Reckless. That's fine. And we'll just go back and do the arcane research. So we've got Bread for War is one that we just can't use, so that's not going to be of any use to us whatsoever. The Training Regimen, getting extra draft. I think I'll go with the Lieutenant. So we'll get the Lieutenant done. Okay, so our group that we actually have, we do actually have the... So we've got a bit of a starting group in through here. We've got some shield units and a Sunderer unit, so just a skirmisher unit through there, along with the scout unit back over this other side as well. So what you'll see is this one can move at 48. These guys here move at 40. So the scouts can move a little bit faster than the normal things, but even Grum Gertok with he's a mounted unit, but he only moves at 40. There's a big change in the game, and it's stuff that does takes a little bit to get used to it, because you may still just do your standard stuff, with the faction itself. Let's try to get a feel for where we are. We're sort of in the top. So I'm thinking, if we sort of spread out towards this top right hand side, I think that will sort of then work for us a little bit. We do actually have some groups in through there. 240. What have we got? 295. So we've got slightly more than what we need there. We've got 150 to start with. Excuse me. Before we do get going with that, let's have a quick look and see what we've got around us. Now we've got we do actually have sheep here. This is going to be my first spot to go, just so I can get the extra food. I want this city to grow as fast as it can, as quickly as that's the same thing. As fast as it can, as quickly as it can, is exactly the same thing. So, but I want it to go at double the speed. So we're going to start there, which means we're going to get a farm. The next thing we're going to get after that is we've got this is useless down in here, this little hut. So this is a useless province to us. There's a ruined iron deposit there, which we would then need to claim and then sort of make use of. But the hut is really bad, so we probably won't even bother with that. Down through here, what do we have? Just forest. We do have a gold vein there, so the next one after that will be the mine. We can get quarries in there, and we can then build foresters back out this way. So foresters we will end up getting, but not initially. Farms we're going to get straight away, and mines we're going to get as well. Gold is going to be really important to us. So in this case, when I have a look at what we have, I'm looking at what we get the bonuses for. So the workshop gives me a boost if I have one farm, which I'm going to get very soon. So I don't want to be building a workshop. The vendor is also a farm, so both of those will come very quickly. So I don't want to be building them now. The storehouse requires a forester. That's a long way off. The library requires a forester, and then the battle ritual site requires a quarry. Now they're all basically too far off. So we get mana income with that one through there, and draft income. The library is just going to give me research, which I don't need a lot of that. So and then we've got the storehouse again for food, and because it's using a forester, so that's my first choice. I'm down to 90. Back in through here, we have another Pathfinder, which I'm not really needing to use. Although having said that, now that they've got the extra movement, it does make them a little bit more valuable than what they were before. Sunderer, so this is just a skirmisher unit. I'm thinking that we're going to have to get to this Fury unit fairly quickly, I think. That's tier 2. And then we have the Sunderer, the Sunderer in through here. 6 upkeep, that's going to be 6 upkeep as well. I think I'm going to go warrior initially, and I can't rush it at this point in time. Otherwise, I would. All right, so I'm not seeing any real loot on the game. I'll just go and turn off the provinces. Yeah, so that's interesting. So this is now sort of newish in the game with the ruined resources. It's a shame about there having to be a hut though. If it could be anything else, I'd probably choose anything else. Right, so what we've got then is, unless we can change it later, I'm not sure if that's now changed in the game as well. So what have we got in here? This one is Battlefield Remnants, a large pickup. It's going to help with the draft. Actually, that is worth getting then straight away. So what I'll do is I will actually attack this. Now, if I attack it, I'm going to have both groups come in at the same time. So I will actually do this. So we'll just go straight away. I'll just do a quick save, just in case I screw this up really, really badly. I'm going to be playing this one manually. So we've got an ogre in there, a butcher ogre. We've got a death guard polearm unit and a warlock. Okay, that's all certainly doable for us. So I'm just going to go into manual combat. Set as redeemed a character. Okay, so when we get our first character, I'll certainly name him for you. All right, so the only one that's really got a ranged attack is the mage at the back. So they're just having a quick look to see what they've got. So they've got a Sundering Curse, always hits. So enemy unit and another within 3 hexes. So I'm not going to be able to avoid that. If it was an area of effect attack, I would then keep my units spread apart, but that's not going to be the case. And it's range 6. So if I do select that, he can hit anyone in there. So let's actually not move into there initially, just so that he has to then sort of make use of it the next time. These guys are pretty stock standard with their melee strikes. This one does have Death Vitality, so your unit gains temporary hit points in its defense mode. And then this one here has got the Butcher's Cut or a melee strike. Causes bleeding. All right, so that's fine. So where was that attack? Just across there, so just on the other side of this tree. So I'm going to move up my shield units. Now these are starting off. Did they start off? If I left click. No, it only went to one level up. Does that? No, we did end up choosing that anyway, wasn't it? So he's got an extra 10 hit points anyway. So he's fairly strong. With what he does actually have. So he's got 95 hit points, which is super strong actually. So this is going to be a bit of a fun run through, I think. I'll go with that on that side. So I'm just getting my shield units up. And then we have this one's also a shield unit, so I'm just going to pop him into there. Which then means that these sundry units and stuff can just sort of come in on the side. And then we've got this one as well, which has got archery. So these, because they're mounted, they do actually have, these can go further than the others. So this is now where they do get the benefit of the mount, is in the combat. They have more ability to move around in there, which again, it's a great little change, that one. Let's go yes. Polearm unit gets a benefit against one of these. Now I can move this one around to hit this guy, so we can actually go and smack him. We also have this skirmisher unit, which I would like to. So with this one, I can either do melee strikes, or I can do the javelin strike. So in this case, throws a javelin. It's just a one action thing. So if I move into there, I don't think I can make use of it there. I'll just see if I can. We just went through something that caused issues. Pinned. Or a tyranny. Yeah, that's okay. Hideous stench from this guy. So I can't use that, so I'm just going to undo that. And if I just move this one back across into here. So it's not right next to this one. I can then use this. So I've got a 50% chance of hitting that one. And if I wanted to see why that's the case, I can just press the control key. And it's obscured by an obstacle. So it's obscured by that. So when you can see there, it changes from green to red. In fact, it does it no matter what. So I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to move this one up into this position. And it then gets the aura of tyranny. But if I now move this one back into here, and now if I look at it, I've then got like it's not going to miss at all. So it's actually sort of working fairly well. If I just press Control, it's 100% basically. So it's oh, hang on, wrong one. That would be better, 90%. So it goes up a little bit through there because we don't have any sort of there's no problem with it. So we're just going to go and fire at this one. So Thunder Defense is now sort of made it a bit weaker. We'll now attack it with this guy. I do actually have the Shield Bash, so 90% of the target becoming stunned in a defensive mode after use. Let's just go and do that. Oh, it didn't actually damage it, but it did stun it. So that one can't use anything else anymore. This one's now in shield mode, and this is another big change in the game, is it should give me, if I go and click on it, so defense reduces damage from melee and physical range attacks. Damage reduction, you can see there it's actually reducing damage reduction there for Blight, Shock, Fire, Spirit and Frost as well. So it's different to the resistance. But if we do get attacked, this one will now, it used to only be physical that this would actually protect you from, but we now get bonuses from this one across the board, which is actually interesting. So resistance sort of like just extends upon it. I still haven't really got to come to terms with it completely. Now if I go that one there, I think I'll just do this one here. We do actually have this one here does actually have the archery, just shooting the bow. This is actually, these Pathfinders are going to be fairly useful, you know, like as a cheap archery unit. And also being able to move around so fast is actually good. There we go. So the guys are smashing their way through. And then we can kill this one off. There we are. Job done. We can start to use spells now. So the spells that we have is Commander's Call, which will heal friendly units in 1 hex radius temporarily and give them a bit of a morale boost, or Song of the Reckless. We can gain Berserk if we need that one, which we don't need. That's the weak point there. Alright, so he used his big cleave, Butcher's Cut, and now we have these. So with this guy here, again with the archery, they're good. You know, I'm surprised. I really didn't think these were going to be anywhere near as good as what they are. What else does it do? Just an additional 4 blight damage on a critical hit. Okay. So if it does get criticals, you know, I think it's almost worth getting those in our army and not worrying about the Fury units as much. Now, if I move to there, I've still got 2 action points no matter where I go. So let's go into here. We get the flanking shot here anyway, but I can then use that for the leader. So in this case, I'm just going to smack him from behind and bring you in as well. And so in here, we then get another flanking shot, which means we sort of do a lot more damage. So I'm now going to move this one in behind. Why does that one stink? What is it? Goblin Overseers, there we are. So it's a goblin group. Yeah, I like this. I like these guys. These are strong. Alright, that's done. We'll close that one off. And so that one did participate, but it can still go off and do its own thing. So we've now got, that may have... We're going to get that one in 1 turn, so we're then going to be able to start to build up this army. Where do we want to go? We want to sort of get rid of units. Now we've got it's always a good idea to look where the roads go. So I think we'll follow this road up here with the, in fact I might follow that one up with the army, which means I'll follow this southern road down here with the scout unit. There we go, I've got an item. Heavy armor greaves, so we'll open up the hero screen. So these are going to, has +3 defense, can only move 3 hexes in combat. Does disable the mount slot because it's so heavy, so I'm not going to use those. The mount is more useful than that. So I'll just go and close that one off. And we'll just keep on having a look around. These guys didn't really lose much health at all. There's the road there, so we'll just go on the road. Just see what else we can find. We'll end our turn there. Okay, we'll just, we've now got the new guy. Where's the road go? It's hard to see it. There it is. There's a way underground. Now that's going to open up treasure for us. But the road continues on. What I'll do is I'll send one down into the caverns, just initially while we're just sort of searching, and we'll still just keep the rest of the army moving across. All right, back to the city, and we'll go and pick up. I'm really liking these Pathfinders, I've got to say. Like, they're cheaper, sort of cheapish units, but they're going to be a lot more valuable than they ever were before. I never ever bothered with them previously, but I think that I can see them being quite a substantial addition to this army that we've got. What is required down in here? Aha, we found ourselves a different location. As I get closer to it, it will then sort of show us different abilities with this. I love this that they've added these into the game. You discovered Hall of the Fallen. So this is where we've got, so growing up at the remnants of what was a majestic horde, one can't help but contemplate the dragon that fell here. It's a destructive rival with the giants. So in this case, adjacent provinces in this landmark gain +5 gold. Great. Then we've got the ancient draconic frenzy. So all dragon units gain frenzy until the end of combat. That's not going to be something we have to worry about, I don't think. And a city with 3 provinces adjacent to this landmark gains, unlocks recruitment of tier 4 and 5 dragon units. Very, very cool. So we definitely want that. So if that's close enough for us to get 3 provinces, not really. So we're going to have to move back here and build a city in here, or build, in this area, I think. I love that they've put these, throughout the game now. Okay, let's just quickly go and enter, have a bit of a look around. Now, a lot of these are going to require of combat. I won't keep on having a look through here, but I'll. This is that sort of that cavern sort of all over the place. And we can see there, this is where the other guy is standing up above that. I'll have a quick look and see. Just stay on top. There's another road that sort of extends down this way. Right up basin. What's that? Bronze Ancient Wonder. A lot more ruined things down this way as well. Ruined mana node. Ruined iron deposit. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we definitely want to be over this way. And we might just scout all the way around. There may be better spots in here. But I'm thinking that we maybe head back that way. Just go and grab that mana. I'm sort of interested to see what's at the end of this road. There's another road that extends back off this way as well. Let's have a bit of a look. Okay, we've got gold mines and things down this way, gold veins. So this actually area wouldn't be bad for getting, like for building a city somewhere and then sort of extending down into the underground. I won't even move off. Actually, maybe I will, just a little bit. Yes, these are protected. Just go and enter, so we get a bit of a feel for it. Tranquility pool there. That's magic material. We're not going to be able to claim that one just yet, but I'm thinking coming back down this way is going to be good for us. So just get the units sort of spread out a little bit, and then we'll bring them all back in for the fights. So we are building in here, which is good. Everything is looking good. Now we want to be building up a bit of a horde, like as in a bit of a group of one more turn and we get the Pathfinder. I might throw another warrior in. They're going to be super, super useful. A ruler leveled up. Now this is where, when we have a look at the actual forces we have, we get less XP from the combat now. Well, Army Leader, all non-hero units in the army gain plus 15 experience. That's bloody massive. Yeah, so that is still my go-to, I think. And that's also a good one as well. We'll go with that one. So this is big. This is really big. So we want basically all of our units. That way we can level them up pretty quickly. Close that one off. So we do want to then have everyone now working in with him. So we've got, at the moment, this guy is, if I just right-click on him, Tier 1 XP out of 80, so he's going to be getting a fair bit per turn. Okay, so the experience has actually completely changed. This is now sort of, it used to be like very small numbers, but now it's actually big numbers. Interesting. It's sort of, yeah, so it's 45 experience until the veteran rank. So a couple of turns and then he'll be a veteran. So getting them leveled up is going to be useful. Very, very useful. We'll end our turn there. There goes a little, this is a quest. These are lost souls, which you can decide to interact with them or not. What they are is they're just sort of randoms that got lost on the way. Blood and Soul, destroy an infestation quest. So we have to destroy a ritual circle. You can sense the presence, not one but two, but an amalgamation of ghosts all talking at the same time. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So track where they lead, leave the lost souls. So we'll go and, so reward mystery bonus, you accept the quest. We'll accept the quest. So we've, there it is there. That's where we need to, what we need to destroy. This one that we can see is 556. We don't have anywhere near that just yet, but we will. So I'm going to now go and get the armies together. Let's pick up that knowledge. And we will bring this one back as well. Yes, we've got a group there as well. 405. What's our group so far? 299. We're still a long way off. I'll bring that scout across. I think I'm going to be using scouts a lot more than what I used to in the game. Like I never used to build them at all, whereas now they're going to be much, much more useful. So we do actually have an upgrade here. So we get the farm, which is going to then give us growth in the city. And growth is really, initially, that's what you really want. It's like a massive multiplier. So that then opens up. The storehouse is, we've got 196. I can actually hurry the production here. Then that will cost me 42. So what are we going to have left over? We're going to have enough left over to grab one of these. So I'll grab the workshop's going to give me draft as well as production. The gold is going to be useful though. It's now boosted, so it's a little bit cheaper than what it was before. I'm going to hurry the production here, and I'm just going to go and get myself a workshop. Which way do we want to go? workshop. All right, so we've now got very, very strong growth in the city. I have to be a bit careful. Actually, what I might do is just go back into the city itself and just give them our Whispering Stone. That will actually then just help with the stability. Just a little bit. Bloodguard in through there. Orders required. Now that's actually, I should have gone that way. Now that's another one as well. So Province of Genesis Landmark gain 3 knowledge and 3 mana. That's a construction of a conduit. The elemental attunement combat enchantment. The city with 3 provinces adjacent landmark gains unlock recruitment of litharine units. So these are sort of like stone or crystal units. Plus 10 world map casting points. Yeah, so there's actually some good stuff there. Again. And in between here, what an ideal location for another city. So I'm going to need to get a hero back across this way. There's the other, we've now met this one here. Vicious upper end. This is a free city. Guildmaster. Humanoid craftsman. So these are humans. We start off at war, so be it. So they don't like us. But that's okay. We'll just keep on sort of seeing how we go. So we discovered this one. We'll end our turn. Lieutenant, we now have. We can't recruit him yet. So this is now, because we've got Vision of Victory. For any units in 1 hex radius, gain 3 fortune. But we also have these now. So when enchanted units are out in combat, they never die. So this is Wayfinder. This is going to affect the scout units. Now, does this one... these are unit enchantments. That's what we can't do, isn't it? So are these useless to me? I might just close that for a second and have a bit of a look. I'm not exactly sure how that mechanic works. Hulking Warriors. Units, yeah, so we've got starting bonus, transformation aesthetic. So units of this race cannot have any non-cultural unit enchantments. I don't know what that means. Cannot have any race transformations. Well, I'm guessing that's a non-cultural unit enchantment that we've got. So we're not going to have... If there was an enchantment to do with being a barbarian, then we'd be okay. But that's just it. So we're not going to be able to apply anything. So that's okay. That's okay. We'll just close that one off. So we can't make use of that. There's no spells. Let's get back into research. That's the only one we can really apply. Orders required. So back in through here. I'm just going to get these two all connect up. And just try to get the experience up. Now this warrior unit, I still can't rush that one just yet. Otherwise I would. Because I'm going to need to build up here a little bit more than what we've got. We've got 386. We've got the ritual circle there, which was about 500. That's a production stash. Just keep on having a bit of a look around here. Some good spots for cities. And the vendor is boosted as well. Just get the boosts. Okay, we've got more growth. Now we're not going to get quite as much in here as what we get elsewhere. We do actually. No, that's okay for farming. Now, in terms of building, the forester is actually going to give me... I'm actually happy enough with my gold, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with the forester. This one here, we do get 15 gold, though, if I build the mine. I can actually get 12 food, and I've got a river there as well, which is giving me extra food. If I get the mine, I don't get the food. That one there gives me 2 food, 3 production and 10 gold. So you end up with 15 in total, but in this case I end up with 22 in total. And a job from the governor. Yeah, champion governor is a he likes farms. It's very tempting actually. So okay, so Sapio is saying you can only have Savage Strike enchantment. Okay, interesting. Thanks for that. There we go. So Tomahawk is saying, good morning, Daz chat. It's almost 6 a.m. in Sydney. It's just gone 5 a.m. where I am. So I'm not on daylight savings. I'm in Queensland. So I can play for about another half hour. I don't have to go to the beach today. It's been shitty weather up here. Right, so we've got... again, we've got extra food there. I don't know what to do here because the mine, I get 15 gold, so I end up with 5 gold versus 12 food. If I go back into here, I end up with not much extra really. End up with a lot more from the farms. This is a bit of a dilemma. This is such a good one to pop a farm on. I think I have to go farm again. Empire development skills. So we're now sort of moving along these. We've got this one here. So chaos. This is defeating an infestation. Grants you a unit based on the infestation defeated. Doesn't work on fractured infestations. I don't think I'll worry about that. Not yet, anyway. So with this one here, we do actually have... It's a low risk. I don't want to be suffering any damage, though, but I do need to get the experience up. We could go for the ritual circle, but it's just too early yet. We're gonna need these locations done at some point. 146. Let's hurry the recruitment here. And we'll go and pick up another... Pathfinders are cheaper to pick up. The upkeep's still the same. Let's go that way. Well, still going to be a couple of turns before we can do this ritual circle anyway, so I might as well just get this one out of the way. Do manual combat again, just to manage the damage. So this is a farm. I might start to build some other cities around here as well soon. Now that's low foliage. What's the range on that one? 4. Yep, so can't hit anything just yet. Leave that one where that is as well. So we've got a couple of skirmish units. This is a new look now. This is actually like a magical fighter unit. So we've got a different icon in here now. So this is magic fighter unit. Melee attacker that uses magic attacks to target enemies with low resistance. So again, they're making the game better and better in the base sense, which is very, very good. So now it's going to pick up their shield walls. We shouldn't see too much damage come in. We are poisoned there. So there's water there, become wet and slowing. So it just slows units down as they move through the water there. I'm going to kill this thing off. So I can get into a flanking shot in here. I'll just go and do that. Missed. Now, without moving, I've got 50%. I think I'll take it. Got two of them, that's good. It's now got Draconic Rage. We can kill that one off. So we do have poison on our unit. That one's down. So this one here is the range, is the tier 3 unit, so I'll take this one on. Now I've got 2 actions there. I do actually have this command, which target friendly non-hero unit regains its action points if I need it to. But at this stage I think I'm more powerful than most of the other units that we've got, so let's just smack these. Or maybe not actually. What's the damage of these units? So these are already now veterans. We're not getting extra damage done, but the damage that they do is 16 damage. Ours is 14. So I'm better off getting one of these units to... now, it's 1 no matter what I do. I don't know if it's a flank. No, it's not a flanking shot. But I'm better off using this command on one of my other units because they do more hitting power. So I'll give... it doesn't matter which one really. So with this shield bash. But we'll just smack it. Alright, we'll leave them where they are. So we can use spells, but I don't need to. This one may come up and hit this one in the flank. Nope, still going to go this way. And this one can kill this one off. I mean, if I use it down here, it's only a 25% chance of hitting it. I think I'll do that. Yep, graze it, and we did remove it. So like it's got now sundered defense, which means that its defense is going to be reduced. So, where was that one? Sundered defense. So -1 defense. Which means I can sort of attack this one as I see fit. It's in the forest, so it makes it a little bit hard. Again, if I just press there, I can see it's long range as well. Like if I move this unit up 1, move that one into there, I've still got 2, and I've now got 50%, so I'll take that. Missed with the second shot. Can't get across the water here, actually. I should have planned that one a little bit better. Gee, these orcs are strong. These are good. They're feeling very, very thematic. Oh, there we go. We can now reach this one. And this guy here will then be killed. Oh, it's got slip away, but that won't help it. I didn't look for that. When you see tier 3 units, it is worth seeing what their special abilities are. Like most tier 3 units are going to have something a little bit more than what you expect. That's good. I've got to say, I really like these scouts. They are great. I've got invigorating armor through here, plus 15 hit points. So we'll open up the hero screen and throw that one on. That ritual circle still just it's going to be beyond us. 561. We're still at 348. With a couple more on the way. What is required? Just on the outside of that, I don't want it to wake up. So we'll just leave him where he is. I might be able to bring this one up and join the fight, actually, with what we've got, which would be good. Let's just end our turn there. Now this is, we start off with the command, which is actually great, and you saw there we could use it fairly effectively even with just tier 1 troops. We got this one through here. This is a coordinated command. It always hits. This one affects to one additional target within 3 hexes, but we do have this one as well, which, and this one, the difference between these two, we've got coordinated command and decisive command. The decisive command doesn't take up any action points, and that's actually very, very valuable. Cooldown of only 2, which means I can sort of give one other powerful unit another go, and still have my go as well. So it's almost like this one here, where you've got like a random second one that gets another turn, or you've got your target plus yourself. Now, as we get more powerful, this becomes much, much more valuable than this one. So I'm going to go and grab this one here. So I'm just going to go and confirm that. That's a good one for us to get, as is the healing up as well. But I'm going to do it that way, just so I can sort of use that coordinated command. Now, we've still got problems with the healing, so we're going to need to go back out, actually. This is going to be a little bit too much. Let's just go back and heal up. That'll give me a chance to build up an army before we take that one on. Bloodguard can grab another province. Well, now I'm sort of really looking at the areas out through this other side. Again, I get extra food there. Just going to go with the farm. I can just sit there and then heal up at that location. Let's see how we're going. So all of these have now leveled up. So they're all veterans. And getting towards, they need to get 120 XP now for the next one. So the experience per turn at this stage is plus 25, which is good. Just keep that one where that one is. Yeah, we've done a good job of searching out all these. All right, we'll end our turn there. Just need to get inside our territories just so we can sort of get this healing accelerating. Now, I've got one more turn until the Pathfinder comes. Now, next turn, that's actually not going to be, that's going to be good enough to go down. So I'm going to go and rush this one as well. But before I do that, what do we need? We've got the market, which is boosted. The stonemason is boosted as well. We can get this one, but we need to have 5 population. And we're running on 4. Next turn we get it, basically. So the fastest one is this one here. This is 5 turns, so I'm going to go and grab that one. And I do actually have a bit of income, so if I do get something where I can actually summon in something, I think it would be worth doing. We may even go for some sort of mage unit, like we might get pyromancy as the next level that we go for. Bloodguard unit, that's fine. There's nothing else there. Alright, that's good. There we go. So we've now got this guy as well, so he can just come in and we can start to build up a second tier of groups. I'm going to move one of these guys out to join in, and we'll start to now move down. So move him down to there. Bring this one up. All right, this hopefully will be enough for us to take out this group. I'm liking this strength that we have. So even though the numbers may be not as powerful, I think overall it's going to be good. Annex another province. I can't just have farms, surely. I really should do something different. I'll just get this little forester. Oh, we hadn't seen that one before. This is this. I was looking for the one that's actually you know, close to where we are. Let me see the people of Whetstone are of interest. Now we're not going to grow. What we're going to have to do here is give them a whispering stone. How far off are we? We've got the basic seafaring. We're going to have to go and get. I don't think I want this Chaos Empire skill. I think I need that. I will actually do this now. I'll just go and withdraw the Whispering Stone from there and give it to them. So that way we'll sort of start to get cooperation. So if we can get them vassal to us, that would be useful. I really should have found them earlier. That's God, we were so close. Should have just moved down there a little bit. We would have seen them. Oh well, that's what happens. Vision of Victory. So this is the buff spell. Select new research. Now we've got the training regimen. We've got mentorship. All heroes under your control. And again, we've got this one here, which we don't need. The minor race transformation. I will grab that. Okay, it's time for combat, I think. And 2, that's fine. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we had a bit of a balance of the ranged and shield units. So we'll go in this one. We've got 396 in that group, 115 there, another 24 there. But these, I think, punch above their weight a little bit. Let's bring them in. So I think this will work. Let's just go and do a quick save, just in case I badly screw this up. And they're both going to go in. This is going to be a risky battle. What are we up against? Actually, I guess that's the first thing we should look at. So we have lots of mages. A blood cultist. God, it's a good looking game, isn't it? It's just so good. These are the marvelous sirens. nothing much in there tells us much of what's going on. These are only soldier range ranks, so they're sort of leveling up slowly, but not like they're not too bad. Their attacks that they have: hemorrhage bolts, physical damage, scarlet plague, and we've just got a blood maggot there as well. So these are sort of like vampire units. All right, let's go in. I think that we'll be able to chase these down and destroy them pretty quickly. So we'll just go to manual combat. What a beautiful game. Best game ever made. I love this game. And I really enjoy just going back and playing these old style, like, you know, orcs, feudal orcs, stuff like that we haven't played for a while. Now these, they've got dagger of the right, sustain 5, yeah, okay, that's, it does have scarlet plague, always hits, against 2 blood parasite for 3 turns. That's range 6. So really, I don't want to go too close. So I'm going to hit them from different angles. In fact, what I might do is I might even hit them from over here, I think. Just got to make sure I've got enough with the decisive commands. Yeah, you should be able to swing in. Yep, so we can actually move to there. The again, if you're new to the game, what this means is it takes up all 3 action points to actually cast this one here. This means that it's actually for each action point it has remaining, it can then fire one of these off. So I'm trying to avoid this. So the Scarlet Plague, range 6, goes out to this level, which means that if he moves to be able to fire at anything, he's then he can't use that one. So that's sort of what we want to have happen. We'll just bring these across in around here. So again, we've just got this guy here is sort of like got the range out to there. That one there is got the range out to there. So I can actually move up into this area here. There's nothing much that can sort of really do anything here. So I can actually just move this one down into this location. These skirmishers can move up as well. And I'll move that one up to there, and this one just into here as well. Alright, so that'll do us. Everyone will then pop on their shield walls. So you can see they're pretty powerful. They're doing more damage than what the others that we've faced so far have been doing. And I have no real way of protecting those. So I can't... Actually, no, I do have a healing spell. But, so I need to sort of rush in with these. We do have Vengeful Flames. Shield Bash, 90% of targets become stunned. I'm going to... I don't know if I should do that yet. If I can... the ending defensive mode is going to be very, very important to us. I don't really want to be out in the middle here. I can come charging in there. Yeah, let's smash this one. Vengeful Flames, which is now kicked in. Take this one on. It's the other ones that are the bigger problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can now use Vengeful Command. Sorry, I can use this Decisive Command, which doesn't cost me any action points. Back on him again. And I still get my action points in here to go after this one here. So I'm going to take that on. And then we can kill this one off with this unit because he's now got all of his action points back again. She didn't quite do it. So we do want to... This one here can't really use any of this stuff. It can use this thing here. But it can't use these because we're actually in doing with what it's doing. Sustains 5 unblockable physical damage. Gains resurgence. I don't want them resurging, so I will kill this one off. Alright, now we've got these others. I can only get 2 of them in here, so I might as well use the 2 that are still good. Now, I get 90% there with 2 shots, which I'm happy with. So what I need to do is I need to not... If I move this one in, I'm not going to get the 90% because then they'll be blocking it. Actually, maybe not. Let's just see what happens. So if I go this way and then move this one down... I do still get 90% there. If I get, even there, I get 90% with 2 shots. I'm happy with that. Only got 1 shot there. So we'll do this one here. Try to damage this one as much as we possibly can. And again, with this one now locked in, it's can only really use this dagger of the right aspect. So if I can weaken it enough, I can still get all 3 of these in here. Yeah, so I can actually bring even more of these in. So we'll bring this one across. Now, we've got to be careful here because these will have to fire across the top of the other units. So depending on what I want to fire at, I'll just move that one down to there to start with. So I'm just preparing these ready for this guy. So I've got 90% in through there. Back there I get less because of different things, but they'll have to fire above these other units. I've got a 50% there. I'm going to go and hit this one now. They will walk away. This one here won't be able to really walk away if I can get the hits, but it's just not quite where we want to be. We're obscured by a unit. We're obscured by this unit here. That's what I'm trying to avoid with these. I will actually just fire at these ones. And now I can go and hit these as well. And we'll just try to stun this one. This will then just give me the shield wall. Did it get stunned? No, it didn't. But we've still got the shield wall up, so that's going to give me a bit more protection. Down to 58. Now these are going to have to all move away to be able to do anything. The spells that we have. Commander's Call. So we can heal temporary hit points in through here and gain extra morale. Song of the Reckless. 3 turns target friendly unit gains Berserk. We also have Vision of Victory. None of those are really going to help me that much. I've just got to hope that this one can survive. It's got 8 protection back in through here, and another resistance back in through that other side. Again, if I have a bit of a look at this one, I should then be able to sort of see. It's probably not going to really tell me much. I think that is. I think that this damage reduction. This is so reduces damage from melee and physical ranged attacks, but not from magic attacks. Magic attacks are from this one here. So this is actually what we have the problem with. The shield wall is giving me the +2. So I'm getting a +2 resistance from shield wall. This is why it was important to use it, just to try to keep it so that it will survive. These guys are going to have to all move away from where we are. There's 3 of them will target this one. So maybe we do this one here, the commander's call. If I do that one, they all get it. So it just gives them a bit more morale. That hopefully will allow it to survive. So they should all be able to run away. They've done Dagger of the Right. They're going to all do that, I think. One's going to move away and then have a shot. Yeah, it's big numbers. So it just healed itself up a little bit by eating the corpse. Alright, so we've got this one now. We'll just finish this one off. They do explode on death by the looks. Where's the other guy? Is he dead now? Are we down to just 1? I think we are. I think they exploded away. So we want this guy right out of here. It's because he's too weak now. 2 shots there. Yeah, I've got 2 shots. I'll just keep on firing from here, up in here. Critical hit, that's good. Does extra damage. If these hits land, he's dead. It was a good outcome. Got the Boots of Freedom. So very fast movement. What does that one do? +6 combat speed. Swift. So ignores the effects of slowing terrain in combat. So for example, like that creek that we saw there before. Alright, that's good. We'll open up the hero screen. Now this isn't going to impact this, whereas these ones will. Just confirm that. Alright, Blood and Soul Aftermath. So the last cultist falls, blood and flesh are consumed. This was a quest that we had to do. As a fallen absorbed into the blood sigil, a crimson energy erupts. Waves surge outwards, swirling into a violent vortex. With each turn it contracts, condensing into a scarlet anomaly. It calls you, its power raw and unbound, waiting to be shaped. So so the energy lies before you, waiting transmutation to your will. So we can create blood glass in here. This is actually one of the materials. And so we can actually go and grab this one here. Units gain +5 hit points regeneration per world map turn, which is a nice one for us to have. Dispel the energy, free the souls. So in this case, we received lots of mana, and we go a good alignment, which we're not interested in. Shape the energy into the essence of life. So we end up unlocks the Immortality Stone blueprint in the item Forge. This one here creates Undying. Immortality Stone. This unit will receive up to 50% of its total hit points after 2 turns. Can only be triggered once per battle. I don't know how that works, actually, to be honest. It's tempting to grab that one. Oh, revive with 50%. Yeah, so this does then allow us to give our heroes something special. But the blood glass is for everything, so I think we'll go that way. So we end up with blood glass there now, which means that I do want to create a city, another city in around here somewhere. So we will actually start to position this one. Let's have a quick look and see where the provinces actually lie. Morsel of mages there as well. That's a silver. I think what I'll do is I'll move back down this way a little bit. I've got other things there, which is going to be a bit of a tricky one for us initially. So let's move down and just get ready to build this one up into another area. And our turn there. And that location there, this little one in here, I think looks good to me. It's just got, it allows me to get the 3 from in here that we're going to be needing. I'll eventually be able to get the Mausoleum of Mages in there. I'll be able to get this as well. There's not too many other bits and pieces, but I think it still works. There's other bits and pieces up that way. So I'll just go and grab Grum and bring him through here. And we'll just go and build. We've got 400 Imperium. So we'll go and build an outpost. Don't have anything that's going to help me to founding upgrading outpost takes -1 turns. That's still 5 turns away, so that's not going to help me. So we'll get a couple of cities. We'll get one there, but we'll also go over here and get one as well. So we'll end up with a couple of cities around the place. I might as well just keep them all together, I guess. Turn that off. We don't need that anymore. Now we're just going to need to heal these guys up. Yeah, well, here we go. We've got our first hero offering to join us. So this will be Sev. So Sev has already claimed this one. Do you have a Warlock? A Ritualist? Spellblade? A Conjurer? An Elementalist again? A Warrior unit. I like the look of this one. I think I might go that way. So we'll get a magic user. He's got Elitist, Industrious Governor. Each quarry grants +5 production. Yeah, that's pretty good. What's the other Elementalist like? We've got a Ritualist in here. These are going to be more healing. Yeah, there's more recruitment. The Warlock is going to be sort of more to do with undead. So I think we'll just go. I think we'll just stick with the Elementalist. So we'll recruit you. So he's now back in here. We'll get him back down towards the other group as well. And we'll end up adjusting appearance in here. So this will be Sev the Conjurer. Accept changes. I'm happy with the way he looks. So he's got a frost staff, which will sort of change over at some point. There's nothing else in through here. He does have the heavy armor greaves. For that, I'm actually happy enough with that, so I might throw that one on there as well. Just give him a bit more defense. And grab another province in here. Again, it's just all farms really is all we're going to be wanting to get. Getting a second one of these is going to be good. I might even just build this one out just so we can actually know we're going to end up with this one. So I might just get another forester somewhere else. I'll just get it here because the 2 foresters will then give me more bonuses for what we can then go and build. Now building again, we've got 224. I think I'm just going to go and grab another warrior. These are super useful. Get the Swift Boost to Sev. But can't really do that one for mobility. Well, I'm going to get even more mobility in. Where's that group? I think he gets extra. Where is it? Combat speed is 6. Hang on, close that one. What does this one give us? Very fast movement. Yeah, okay, well this isn't doing anything, is it? We've already got that. Yeah, okay, I'll unequip that. Yeah, because it's not actually adding anything to what we do. Confirm that. Close that one across. And yeah, these guys here, I'll just leave them where they are. We'll end our turn. So we'll end up with 2 of the orcs. So the Pireborn Hunt. So this is Chieftain Okra Grime. This is of the other city of Whetstone. Cordially invites you to join the ceremonial hunt for the Pireborn Gore-Tusk Matriarch. So honoured to join. Yep, well, definitely do that one. This is going to get better relations with them. So they're down in here, which is sort of where we want to head anyway. Like once we sort of, we're going to get a city here, but we're going to get another city in here. So we'll still keep on sort of moving these across. Now, if we go and have a look with him again, right click. Confirm that. Doesn't give him any extra movement on the actual map itself. I'm going to have to sort of get rid of some of these things at some point. We'll just start to move down towards that other location. Okay, a ruler leveled up. Now, we do have the, like this is foraging, which is going to give me 10 hit points per turn, which I really like. We also have the upkeep. At the moment, the upkeep is not really a problem to me. I'm thinking I'm going to go this way. Then from here we end up with extra status resistance plus extra hit points as well. These are quite good to get, even, you know, like I actually got this as well, so I can get 2 of them now. Initiative of Chaos. Gain 10 critical hit chance, that's good. While all non-hero units gain defense. I like that as well, to be honest. Plus 10 hit points. Then we've got the Initiative Order. Resistance. The defense is going to help us a lot. I think I'm going to go Materium. As we're level 4, we get that one, which gives me two more picks. So I will pick this one, Foraging. And we wanted that one, another 10 hit points and 2 status resistance. Or do we start to head down this way? Knight or Berserker? This sort of then suits our own play style. Start of each turn, gain plus 2 defense and plus 2 resistance until the start of the next turn or until the unit moves. I think I might throw this Berserker one in. Just start to sort of get him geared up, ready to go. So we'll close that one off. And now the chapter is now complete, so now everyone gets to pick their second tome. So for me, I've got 2 choices, I think. Pyromancy, so we can start to get an actual magic user, which would be good. Except that we miss out on these, because we can't use these unit enchantments, so that we sort of lose those. The other one I wanted to get would be, where is it? This one here, Tome of the Tentacle. To get the Constrictor. Now that one we don't get to use as well. This gives me gold and stability. I like this a lot. And we get that one as well, which I use a hell of a lot of that one in battle. I'm thinking we'll go... Getting the magic unit would be good. But these two here are worth a lot. So I think I'll select this one. We're a bit of a rainbow mage. We've got a bit of everything, really. Look at this. 3 chaos, one order, 1 shadow. Oh, sorry, 1 astral, 1 nature, 1 materium, and 1 shadow. We've actually got everything. Arcane research. So we didn't quite... what didn't we finish? We didn't finish this one here. All right. Now, I have actually run out of time, guys, so we'll have to leave it here. So thanks for watching. But yeah, like I must say, I'm really thoroughly enjoying playing back with these old-fashioned, like the old original playstyle. I like the changes, the base changes to the game. We will actually see some of the Rise to Ruin DLC in this, but not so much the actual nomadic culture as such. I'm finding that I'm just really enjoying going back and playing these old originals, like these, the orcs, as barbarians type stuff. Anyway, going to leave it there, and I will catch you guys tomorrow if you're around. I will possibly be streaming like in around about 12 hours time, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so I have to sort of find out exactly what's going on with that one, because Distant Worlds 2 does have its birthday this coming week or weeks. So, and I will actually be doing special streams with that, where I'm going to have some giveaways and stuff like that as well. So, but I'm not exactly sure when that will be. I wonder if I might, when I know, I might put that in my Discord. So if you are interested in that, if you're sort of looking, I will actually, once I know about that one, I'll pop that in my Discord, because that's going to be possibly outside of my normal streaming time. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.